Hello everybody, and welcome once again to our Medusa stream with Jane and Richard. The last 3 weeks we've been working through a game of magnificent flying machines, which unfortunately ended in the dastardly Archibald Smythe nevertheless managing to win. This week we're going to do a similar thing, but this time with NIneworlds. So again, we're going to take the option to pick all of your worlds, and we're going to use the 2-player variant, but the pact variant. So in the pact, we will each control 2 worlds, and during the game those worlds will be played as separate entities, but at the end we will be adding together all the points to determine which one of us wins.
Right, well, let's get this up then. So we should have this. This is our map here. Let's just get this across so you can see it. Oh, no, can't see that yet, can you? There we go. Let's try that in. There we go. Technology, eh? With A on the end. So here is the NIneworlds map. We started this game up earlier. We're using the version of the map which is the 2 to 6 player one. It basically has all the bits and pieces on. So on Tabletopia, we've got NIneworlds set up with different numbers of players, both in English and German, with presets. We also have this 2 to 6 player game available, which has all of the player pieces in, all of the avatars, all of the worlds are possible to start from, and there is also the expansion is in there now. So we're going to use the expansion bits to show you how that works. Now it does mean, of course, it's a bit cluttered because all the bits and pieces are there, although you can perhaps tidy it up if it bothers you by chucking all the bits into a spare bag. But we're going to get going here. So what we've done is I've got the board out here, and we've shuffled these avatars, and Jane's going to pick the first one.
Okay, so I take the first one,
Okay.
which is Ulla. So that is Vanaheim, the blue world over here. So that's going to be my first world.
Okay, so where are you going? You're going over there, are you?
And I'm just going to flip this over because we're playing with the avatar powers. So that means that each avatar's got their own power. Turn over the card, and then you can see what that power is.
Cheers. Which it says, I can read the card here.
In the case of Ulla, yes, when your stones return from Valhalla, you may elect to add them to the world your avatar is on, or to your home world. And if you have no stone in Valhalla, you can move your avatar to any world for free. So that's quite a good power. Yeah.
Okay. Right, so that's the other one, and the I'm going to go with this next one here, which is going to be me. So I'll pop these over here. I'll use this side. I don't know where we're going to place ourselves here, but I'll pop it over here, and that is Beowulf. So
Midgard. My least favourite world, so I'm glad you've got that one. Although the avatar power for Beowulf is very handy.
You were using this recently. We did a play test of our expansion in NIneworlds, and you were playing with Beowulf. So Midgard, you can exchange your avatar with any one other player's avatar each turn for free, which is a good way of getting between worlds, and also perhaps mucking things up for the other player. Right, so you choose next.
Okay, so the next one here is Sutra, the giant, so the avatar power for Sutra is once per turn for free, I can remove 1 stone from the world the avatar is on and return it to the owner's player card.
Okay.
So that's like half of the power that you have with the with Muspelheim, the world.
Yeah. I'm going to move my card over here. I think I'll have mine both side by side here, just make it a bit easier to control this. And I've got Ninevella. Rydamar of Ninevella, Dwarf World. Sometimes when we first launched NIneworlds, there was a certain amount of discussion about the NIneworlds and which were the NIneworlds, and whether this was really one of the NIneworlds or not. Whether Helheim should be one of the NIneworlds. It's on the map, but it's the place you get sent to. And in the mythology of the Viking universe, there is the Dark Elf world, Svartalfheim, where the Dark Elves come from. But there is also this mentioned Ninevella. And in various variants of the NIneworlds, there's sort of the same world. Below ground is Svartalfheim, and kind of above ground is Ninevella. There's various arguments, but in the end, it's a game which we've gone with these NIneworlds because we wanted Helheim to be a distinctly different region. Okay, so Hreidmar, the dwarf king, once per turn for free, I can move one stone from my reserve to my player card, or from my player card to the world my avatar is on. Okay, so all slightly different powers there. So to set up the basic bits and pieces, we're using the same setup as normal. So my Midgard avatar goes there. I'll use this pink one over here as the. I think they're. That's right. For Ninevella.
I've managed to pick the bag up.
Ah.
The black bag. I've managed to pick it up. So in that case, if I can do that, then if I can pick the blue bag up, there we go. Move it over here. So I can now be side by side as well. So just so people know, one of the problems that Richard's had previously has been an inability to actually pick up the bags themselves in Tabletopia.
I set the whole games up. All these bags have been placed in these locations by me at some point in the setup, but for some reason, once that has happened, I can't pick the blinky bits. All the other players can, but for some reason I can never do that. Anyway, it doesn't particularly matter. Right, so we're just putting our pieces on, as you can see. So we each get an avatar on our home world. Because we're playing a two-player version, we each get two home worlds. So Beowulf with the yellow world there with his avatar, and I have a stone in the home world. I have a stone on my card, and likewise with Hreidmar here, Ninevella, stone and stone. I'm also going to need one of these stones as a point marker, which pops there. And I'm going to need a marker for my action points, and I'm going to need a marker for my player order, which is over here somewhere, isn't it? Here we are. So I'll work the player order out in a minute.
And just to say, the main difference between the Tabletopia version of NIneworlds and the one that comes in a box is in the Tabletopia version, you see these, all of the stones are solid blocks of colour. In the physical game, they're actually plastic.
Little sort of,
so they're sort of shiny
stones.
Shiny, transparent stones. But you can't do shiny, transparent on here, it just doesn't work. So.
Okay, right, so if I can grab your blue, I'll grab that blue marker for you for your turn order. We need one for, what's the other one, the red? Yeah. Right, so in NIneworlds, we're just going to work out the player order quickly. Player order is going to be how many stones you have. Well, we all have one stone each on the NIneworlds at the moment. And then how many worlds we control. We each control one world per avatar, or two worlds each anyway. So the worlds are in, that's all tied as well. So now we go in world number order. So blue is first, that's world number 2. That will be followed, if I'm looking at the maths, yep, number 5 is Midgard, that pops in there. Then we have Ninevella comes next, and no we don't, we have, yes we do, Ninevella, and then we finish with Muspelheim. So interestingly, Jane's going to be going first and last in his first turn of the game. I'll be in the middle 2 players, but that will change, as tends to happen in NIneworlds. Generally speaking, going first is a disadvantage, but there are compensations. Now we having got all our bits and pieces ready to go. The next thing we're going to do is divvy out these bits for the expansion. So this is the base game, has the board, has the pieces, has the NIneworlds in. The expansion has these sagas and treasures, as it's called. So the sagas are the mission cards. So we're each going to get one mission per world. So those are Jane's 2 missions there. These are mine 2 over here.
And we're going to keep these secret. So Richard might show you on the screen what he's got,
Yeah.
but he's not going to tell me. But they're things like, one of them is you score points at the end of the third round for instance, however many stones you have on your player card at the end of round 3, you get additional points. There's another one that you get points for every world you're on that's not adjacent to any other world you're on. So when we played the other week, the expansion, I was Midgard, and I also got the objective that gave me points for any world I was on that wasn't adjacent to any other world.
Midgard is
which
in
is
the middle.
completely useless for Midgard, because I've got to lose my home world at the end of round 3 in order to make advantage of that, or just ignore that objective, which is what I did. But there are 6 different objectives, and as I say, you keep them secret, and you score for them at round 3.
Right, so just popping those just out of the way over there a minute. So the other bags and things we don't really need, so I'm just going to get rid of this white one. As I say, normally you would only get out from the bag, the stuff that you need. The presets that are in here on Tabletopia, that's not a problem because you only get the worlds you play with. This setup is designed to allow people to play with absolutely everything, so it does require a little bit of housekeeping, maybe to tidy things up if it bothers you. Otherwise, you just work your way around it. Okay, so that's our objective cards. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to give us each one of these 3 card things. These are worth 3 victory points, and halfway through the game we're going to get the opportunity to spend them if we want in order to buy a mission, an objective, sorry, a treasure. But we're going to get a treasure for free right now. So let me just.
And again, it's once per world, so for each world in the 2-player game.
So I'm going to just rotate that a minute. Where are we now? There it is, 90 degrees. That'll do. And I'm just going to pop these out here, and I'm going to take the top. That's helpfully. So it's by default rotated anyway. So let's just get that back 90 degrees the other way. Where do you know all those summary cards?
I'm trying to get them out my way. Have one. And I'll have one.
Yeah, you can bin the rest. Okay, so there are 6 cards that I'm putting out here. First player is blue, so that's Jane. So she's going to get a first dibs at one of these treasures. So let's have a look what treasures they are. And the other 6 are going to come out. There are 12 treasures in all in Sagas and Treasures expansion. So these are going to come out now, and the other 6 will come out at the turn 4. So what have we got? We've got Svalin, which is the magic shield. No world powers may be used to move stones or avatars into or out of the world which your avatar is present. Heimdall's Horn, at the start of the battle phase, once per turn you may move 1 of your stones from any world to the world your avatar is on. So it's a way of calling in, summoning in extra stones. Thor's Belt here, making Jord. During your action phase, once each turn when you move your avatar between the worlds, between adjacent worlds, you can take along 2 of your own stones or 1 of another player's stones for free. So that's sort of Mighty Thor's strength and dragging along another stone. Sleipnir here, the magical horse. Once during your action phase, each turn you may move your avatar for free to any world. Draupnir, the replicated golden ring. At the start of each action phase, you may place an extra stone taken from your reserve on a world that you control. Just a single world, that is. And Gampentane, the flaming sword. At the start of the battle phase, once per turn, you will return another player's stone to their player card from any world. So, okay. So you're going to get to choose first, Jane.
Yeah. So I'm going to choose first for my world number 2 because that's the first in the player order.
Yep, then it'll be me. My 2 choices, as it were, 1 for Midgard, 1 for Valhalla, and then finally your choice for Muspelheim.
So Valhalla, the powers of Valhalla are all to do, of Vanaheim, sorry, are all to do with being able to move stones out of Helheim, or add additional stones to the player card. So that's what I need to be considering when I'm looking at my possibilities here. I also need to consider what's going on with my objective. So okay, and let's just switch that over again before Richard sees it. So I think
A quick look at mine again. Oh yes, we know what that one is.
the replicating ring is rather nice.
Yes, I generally always choose that one if I can, because it gives you an extra stone for free each turn. Nothing wrong with that.
And given that the Vanaheim power means that if there is no stones in Helheim, I get an extra 2 stones on my card, and then an extra stone on the board as well. That's 3 extra stones coming in every turn, which is very useful.
Right, okay, so these cards are not replaced, so that gives a little bit of compensation for first player, which, as you said, generally speaking, is a drawback in NIneworlds going first. Though you get an extra action point, this slightly compensates them. Okay, then what have we got here? Well, it's always good to be able to draw extra stones into a world that you're on. So let's. I will take. This is for Midgard. I will take Heimdall's Horn. Let's pop that over there somewhere. So I'm choosing next for. Yes, one of the good things to do in Tabletopia is to lock down essentially lock down the player boards so they don't keep moving all over the place. Let's just do that. There we are. Right, okay, let's have a look. What do I fancy from Din Valor? Right. Are we going to move reasonably quickly, or okay then, let's take this one for I guess an objective isn't necessarily as bad as I first thought, actually. Right then, so I think we've done. We know you got a choice now for your. This is for Muspelheim, isn't it?
Yes.
What are you thinking?
The remaining things. Well, I'm thinking that Sutra doesn't have any ability to move about more quickly. So I'm looking at that magical shoes. May move your avatar once for free to any world.
Yep.
And I'm thinking that might be quite handy because I don't have the ability to move around.
Okay.
So I shall take that.
All right. I think he's going to get binned, and we're going to be replacing them at start of turn 4 with other treasures. Okay, so I think we've now got our objectives. We've got our treasures. We know what our objectives are. So the first player to go is going to be now. We move with the normal play order, which is blue. So blue is going to have 8 action points because of being first player.
Okay, so put that on there. So I've got 8 points this turn.
That wasn't it.
And I'm going to go for a fairly traditional starting approach of making sure I can use my world power this go.
Yeah.
So I'm going to spend 3 action points to take stones out of the bag onto my card, and then 4, 5, 6, 7. So I now have 5 stones on there, which means that that power will be activated this turn. And then I am going to move my avatar to Jotunheim.
Okay. Fair enough. Right, so I am next. Yellow is Midgard. That was blue. That was the blue one, wasn't it? I think you should have added another stone on, shouldn't you? You had Draupnir, didn't you? Your treasure was
so I
Draupnir.
did. I forgot. So I moved my avatar for
No,
free.
you're playing Ula, the blue world. So it's draft near here.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Yes. At the beginning of the action phase, I can play an extra stone on a world that I control.
Yep.
Okay, so that's actually... So what I did when I put that one on there, in effect, that didn't cost me a point.
Yeah, yeah. So effectively, you got another point still.
In which case, I will put another stone on my card.
Okay. Right. So read that for yes. Heimdall is about the battle phase. I'll worry about that later. So a quick reminder of myself what I'm dealing with here. I need to play and flip it. Almost doing that. Okay, that's fine. Cool. Right then, so what I'm going to do is something similar-ish this first stage of the game. We'll move one there for one, and then I'm going to go 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7, and then once returned I can move using my avatar power, and I can exchange my avatar with another player. So just to start to cause a bit of sort of fun and games, let's swap those two around.
Okay. Because of course at the start of next turn I want to always have control of my home world, as otherwise I'm going to be at a bit of risk. So, okay, so now it's pink.
It is up, yep, pink indeed, yes. So let's just check my avatar power again. Once
Looking
per
at
turn,
the Sutra avatar power, once per turn you can remove a stone from the world your avatar is on. Which wouldn't be something I would normally do in the first round.
That might be good.
As you've conveniently put me down on your
once per turn for free, you can move one stone from your reserve to your player card, or from your player card to the world you're on. So for free, I can do that. I can move that to there. Yep. I can then move. Where's the pink ones gone? They're over here, aren't they? Okay. Take 3. So that will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There is no world powers may be used to move stones or avatars out of the world in which your avatar is whatnot. So, you actually, given the fact that we're in an alliance here, I'll actually move into Midgard. Right, now it's it's your go with the rest.
Okay, so the first thing that Sutra's going to do is use his avatar power in order to return one of the yellow stones to the player card.
You can't.
Why can't I?
No world power may be used to move stones or avatars into or out of the world in which my avatar is present. And my avatar.
Well, it's not your.
No, it's my Hydra is in the Midgard. So by being there, no world powers may be used to move stones or avatars into or out of the world in which your avatar is present. Doesn't matter whose stones there are.
That's world powers, though. I'm using an avatar power.
No, this is my treasure. It's my Svalin shield thing. It's my treasure.
But does it talk about avatar powers or just world powers?
Oh, you're right. Absolutely right. God, I thought I was safe then. Design the game. Don't know what I'm talking about. All right. Okay. Thought I was being clever. Wasn't being clever. Okay. I was being stupid. Go on. Carry on.
There we go. Right.
Cool.
So.
Hang on a minute. Let me just rewrite the rules, please.
So that was my free thing.
It was.
Then I'm going to go.
That's just a bit diabolical, that is.
1, 2. Oops.
However, can be useful at times. Obviously, what I was doing, because that does mean you can get to a situation when world powers come round where you can at least protect one world from interference, but not from avatar powers, alas. What's going on here then?
That's me done.
Okay, so that was.
Oh, and actually, do I also want to? I can also move my avatar for free to another world.
Yep. But you could have moved him to there for free. Still, whichever way you look at it, you've got another action point left, haven't you?
I've only got 7 action points. I've spent them all.
Yes, you have, but one of those was moving your. Yeah, that's fine. I mean, what I'm getting at is it could have been you could have moved the avatar to that world using sleep, and then had another action point for free.
Yes.
So it gives you a little bit of flexibility of saving it. Effectively, it saves you an action point, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Right. Okay. So I think we've done the action points. So now we're into the battles and world powers phase.
Mm-hmm.
So at the start of the battles, we just check to see if anyone's got an item that's relevant to the battles. The other 3 players' items aren't. Mine is, which is what you call it, Heimdall's Horn. At the start of the battle phase, I can move one of my stones from any world to the world my avatar is on. But I don't particularly want to do that right now because that's only going to sort of create a situation where I'd end up losing it. This is the way battles work. So I will not use that. So now we just resolve the battles. There are no battles. There's no more than 5 stones in a world. So we now see which wills activate. So Vanaheim will activate. Midgard will not, due to the fact that I'll stitch myself over there. Not that it's a massively disadvantage not to have that power at this point.
No, it's first round. It doesn't matter really.
Nidavella's power activates.
It would have been more annoying for you if you'd managed to lose the Nidavella power.
Yes, indeed. Yes. Right. So Vanaheim, what's your world power?
So my world power is to take something out of Helheim and put it anywhere on the board.
Yeah.
Or, where that isn't relevant, to add 2 stones to my card.
Okay,
so I shall do that.
So you'll be doing that. Okay. Next one then it would be Nidavella, which is to add a stone to any world. So we'll add a stone.
Oh, and actually, we should have had the Valhalla phase, shouldn't we? Before this.
Yes, but there wasn't any
so
stones.
At the end, no, but
yeah.
my power, my avatar power, operates in the Valhalla phase.
Yeah.
And it allows me to move if I want to my avatar.
Okay.
So, thinking about it, would it make sense to move at the moment? And I think maybe.
You already moved down to Jotunheim. Was that your plan to do something there, or was it?
Yeah, so it was probably unnecessary. I could have used an extra point and then moved down then, couldn't I? So I also shot myself in the foot in round 1.
Okay.
I wasted a point. So there we go.
As a result, Nidavella's also. I'm slightly badly positioned. So yes, we both sort of could have done better there. Right, I'm going to drop a stone into Svartalheim using the Nidavella power. Muspelheim, what are you doing?
So I can return 1 stone to a player's reserve, or 2 to their card. Why do we have a white stone on Asgard?
That's a very good question. They're sort of like infiltrating. Let's just get rid of him.
White isn't actually playing.
Nope.
Okay. In which case, I will take 2 stones off Nidavella and put them on your card.
Antisocial. Right. Okay, that is the end of the Battles and World Powers phase. So after the Battles and World Powers phase, is the Valhalla phase actually now, actually. So that's when you could have done that other thing you were thinking of. But anyway, that wasn't relevant. And now it's the squad.
Well, in which case I will now, because what I'll do is I'll move myself onto Asgard.
Right.
Because I wasn't going to before, because somebody seemed to be there, and then I thought, hang on, we aren't playing with white, so...
Okay. And you can move to any world, can you, with that power? That's pretty good.
Right. You can move your avatar to any world for free.
That's pretty good. Right, okay then. So you've got quite a lot of, like, movingness going on in terms of your powers, haven't you, really? Right
Yes.
then. So,
I usually find it's useful if both of the powers that you have are sort of similar. It's easier to work out what you're doing with them then.
okay, no scoring in this round. It is at the end of the game, so we move on to turn 2. Turn 2. Start with number of the first player in a player order. So I have for blue, you've got 5 stones. Is that?
Yes.
Yellow has 4, pink has 4, red has 5. So it looks like your 2 guys are going first, and because if there's a tie, you say how many worlds you control, but you haven't got stones on those other worlds, so you still only control 2 worlds. Yep. So therefore, it's going to be blue first, and then it will be red. And out of my 2, it's going to be yellow, and then the last one will be pink. So first player is again blue, who has 8 action points. The rest of us have 7 action points each. And off you go.
Okay.
With your Draupnir power, I think, happens at the start of your turn.
I seem to have lost my objective card somewhere. That's not it. I thought it was. So I don't know what I've done with that. For Vanaheim. So that's not very helpful.
You should drag them into your hand or something.
I don't know what I've done with that.
Okay.
This is just my 6 and 3 card.
Just the one, because you've got the other one over here, haven't you? Well, I'll see if you can find it in a minute, John.
It seems to have sunk into the table. I think that's what it's done. I don't know quite how I get it out of there. Oh well, never mind.
I'll try and grab it while you do your turn. Cause sometimes one of the other players can get thick, and you're right. It's still something very peculiar there, isn't it? Can I get it? He doesn't want to move. That's very, very odd. Yes, that's just one of these little quirks that sometimes happens in the conversion. Well, okay, not to worry about that later. Maybe when we reset the game later,
it'll sort itself out.
Yeah. So what are we doing anyway?
Okay, so what am I doing? I have lots of stones on my card here.
You do? Yeah.
So I'm going to go.
You remember you get a stone for free, don't you? With Draupnir at the start of the turn, I think, isn't it?
It says in the action phase. At the start of the action phase, okay. So
one of those was.
Well, no, because if we go back to here.
Yeah.
Then these were coming off my card.
Yeah.
Whereas Draupnir lets me take stuff straight out of reserve.
It does.
So I take one out of the bag.
Yep. There that goes. Where's it going?
And I'm going to put that down. And I can actually put it down. It says on
World you control.
the world that you control. So I can't actually put it where the avatar is.
No, because you don't control it. You need a stone in the world to control the world.
I'm going to have to put it there instead.
Yep.
Okay. So 1, I'll move that from here to here.
Yep.
2, oops. 3, 4.
Yeah.
5, 6. 7. How many stones have I got on there now?
That's 5 now.
7. And then I've got another point to spend. So I think I'm going to do eight.
Okay.
Hang on, no, I don't want to do that.
I thought it was surprising, but
Yes, I don't know why I said I would do that.
well, you either want to move your avatar or add a stone to your card, don't you?
Hmm. There we go.
Okay. Red is next.
Right, okay. So, my item is used at the end of the action phase, and my avatar power I can just use at any point in the turn.
Yeah.
Return a stone. So, what I'm going to do is firstly get 3 stones out of the bag. Oops. 1, 2,
Okay.
3.
Yeah,
So
paying
that's
attention to my
6.
strategy here.
So that's 6 points I've spent so far.
Yep.
And then I'm going to move to there for 7.
Yep.
And then use my avatar power to send this one back to Pink's card.
Okay. Okay then, so next up is yellow. Okay, well, I think I'm going to swap. Hang on, I don't do that quite yet. Okay, let me drop 1 stone. Where I am for 1, and then move that there for 2. Three. Yes. I will use this once per turn, isn't it, when I want to? Yeah. I'll swap with Muspelheim, yeah, with Hydramar's avatar there. That's for using my free thing. So I've still only used 3 so far. So 4, 5, and then 6, 7. Okay, then it's the pink one. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, same difference actually if I'd actually
Just
moved
put
it
straight
from
there.
the card, but yes. 3, 4, 5. Once per turn I can move a stone for free. So that's still 5, yeah. Oops. That's 6 and then 7. Right. Okay. Start of the battle phase. If I want to, I can use Heimdall's Horns or call in a stone to the ward I'm on.
You probably do, don't you?
No, I don't really want to because it's one of my stones, isn't it? And I want.
Oh, it's you're just dragging in one of your own stones.
Yeah. Which I'm not isn't going to help me this turn. It might be next turn being a scoring round. That's when I'd probably want to use that power. Had I been up here in Niflheim, I might have wanted to do that. Yeah. So probably slightly again.
So go around the worlds in order then. There
Yeah.
are 5 stones on Asgard, so
Right.
that'll be a blue power if
Yeah.
I decide to use it.
2 will be, 3 no one's got, 4 nobody has, 5 I've got, 6 I've got,
Pink, yeah.
yep, 7 you've got, Muspelheim, but no one has 8 and 9 yet.
So now it is the. So now
powers.
it is now it is the end of the Valhalla phase.
No.
There are no stones in Valhalla.
No, the Valhalla phase comes after the World Powers phase. Yeah, so we still got to do the World Powers. Yeah.
You're right.
So yeah, so the World Powers is Asgard first.
Now, do I want to use the Asgard power to protect myself? There's no real point, because the powers that you have, Nidavellir is just adding a stone to somewhere, so
Yep.
Asgard wouldn't help me. And Midgard, well, you could swap one of my stones with one of yours, but that's not such a bad thing. Moves me around the board a bit, so I will not use Asgard this turn.
Okay.
I will, however, use Vanaheim. Nothing in Helheim, so I just get another 2 stones onto my card,
Okay.
which is always handy.
Okay, Midgard is an exchange. I can exchange one of my stones anywhere in the Nine Worlds with somebody else's stone anywhere in the Nine Worlds.
And bearing in mind that you get points for being on as many different worlds as possible,
Yes.
then actually it can be quite a mutually beneficial experience if you swap with one of mine. Helps me, helps you.
So I don't particularly want to swap with one of mine, so for various reasons. So I'm going to do that for the moment. Actually, or do I want to do this? I think that'll be more interesting. Okay, so then Muspelheim.
Muspelheim, I can return 1 stone to a player's reserve, or 2 to their home world. To their card, rather.
Yep.
So, I might just take 1 back to the Nidavellir card.
Yep, sorry, that was selective power. Yep, and then it's the Nidavellir. Yep, yep.
1 back to the Midgard.
Okay. Actually, yes, we've got to add a sequence in developers next. Actually, I'm just going to drop a stone into the world I was on. Like that. Muspelheim, and nothing else applies. Now it's Valhalla phase.
Okay, so there's nothing in Valhalla.
Yep.
So instead I get to move my avatar if I want to, and I may as well, because I've got 5 stones there. So I think I will move myself to here. Okay, that's the end of the second round.
There's no scoring. Move on to turn 3.
So adding up, blue has 10 stones. Red has 8. Yellow 2, 3, 6. And pink has also got 6.
Pink has got 7 actually.
Okay, so you're swapping around the order there.
Yeah. Right then.
So this is the next round will actually be a scoring round. So we'll get to the end of this round, score up, and that will probably be where we'll leave it for today. A halfway point in the game.
Off we go, blue.
Right. So I have lots of stones sitting on my card. That's nice. So first thing I do is I take a stone out of my bag, use my item, and drop it where I am.
No, put it where the world you control.
Keep forgetting that. World I control. Okay, I will drop it onto there.
Yep.
Then 1.
Still saving you an actual, point, isn't it?
2.
Yep.
3. 4. 5. I haven't got enough points to do that. I've got enough points to I've got 2 more points to spend.
Yep.
just take 2 more out of the bag for now.
Okay.
6, 7.
So 3 worlds currently controlled by blue fairly emphatically, as it stands. Okay. Right. So what are you doing with red then?
Take 2 out of the bag for 2 points. Plop them down here for 4 points. Five. Oops. 6.
Yep.
Actually, 5, 6, 7. No, I can't do that. 5, 6, 7.
Okay. Pink is next.
Oh, hang on, my avatar power I didn't use. So actually, I just put that on there for 7, didn't I? I did 6, 7 to do that. Was that the best thing to do? No, I'll actually do that. Whoops.
Okay.
6.
Yeah.
And then 7 to take 1 out of the bag.
Yeah.
And then use my avatar power.
Yeah.
To get rid of 1 of those.
And that goes back to my card, does it? Okay. Okay.
Yep.
Right, okay then, so, let's remember that's the thing there. Okay, yep, fine. And then, I must think of a jiggy. Okay, I'm going with pink. Pink, okay, once per turn I can move a stone from the card to where I am. So I'll do that anyway. Then I'll take 1. Oh, great, I just took 49 out of the bag there. Take 1. And then 2, so that's 2 points spent so far. 2 points spent so far, so I'm down to 5.
You do well to take 49 out in one go. There's only 25 in the game.
Okay. 1 more to there, and then 2 to drop that directly onto the world I am not on. It's more expensive to drop onto a world you're not on. Okay, so 5 there. If they're going to activate, got 2 points left. 2. Well, I don't think I can do. What's this? Yes. I think what I'm going to do. I'll take 1. Oh, so one of the white ones. I do 1 here.
And just as a reminder, we're going to score up at the end of this round, and you get 2 points for every stone anywhere in the 9 worlds, minus 2 for anything in Helheim, 1 point for anything on your card, 5 points for a world you control, 3 points where you share control, and 1 point for every different world you're on. And then we'll also score for our objectives.
Yep. Okay, so that's it done with that one. Then I can't nominate, that's fine. I've done that. Okay, I can do with that one. I'm going to drop 1, 2 onto there. Okay, 2. Let's have a look at this. I think we're doing this 3. Okay, where's the yellow bag's gone? Oh, you do the draw. 3, 4. Okay,
You've got 3 points left to
right,
spend.
I've got 3.34, 5, 6, 7. So that would do that one if I want to do it. 5, 6, 7. Or do I want to do that to there? What order are we going in? 4. That'll be 5, 6. 5, 6. So I've got to be careful there, might not end up with any of these world powers. Okay, so I can do that anyway. 5. Okay. I could go there and just have those, and I can do that, but I can't do that with that, can I? So I'll pull that one into there for free. Or I'll do that for there. So I'll go, yeah.
Well, you can have the Midgard power if you want it, easily enough.
Yeah.
Or the Svartalfheim one.
Well, if I go there for 5, you can, I can go, hang on,
5, 6, 7 to off your card, that would do.
yeah, I can go 5, yeah, 6, 7, yeah, let's do that. Okay, right, so at the start of the World Powers phase, I can use my horn to pull that stone into where I am, yeah.
Yes, I realised you were going to do that. Which means that I unfortunately don't have the Niflheim power.
No. Okay, so Asgard is available theoretically. So is Vanaheim. We keep mentioning theoretically because in the case of the Asgard power, if you use the Asgard power, you can't use any other world power. So Jane in the minute is going to have a decision to make there. Nidovella.
Hang on, going in order.
Yeah, Jotunheim, sorry, and then Midgard, Nidovella, Muspelheim, Svartalfheim is active.
So the only world power not happening is actually Niflheim.
It's Niflheim this turn. Right then, so are you going to use the Asgard power to...
No, I'm not, because I've got 2 other world powers.
Okay, so now you use the Vanaheim world power.
Okay, and add two more to my card. So that's a straight extra 2 points.
Yes.
And it also means I'm well placed for the start of the next round. So that's that one.
Yeah.
Then it's Alfheim. Now Alfheim means I can move any 2 stones.
Yes.
So bearing in mind that when you're scoring, you're getting points for being on different worlds. Bearing in mind also that I'm controlling blue and I'm also controlling red. So to a certain extent I can help red potentially as well. What I'm going to do, I think, is I'm going to do 1 to move a blue stone onto Nidavellir,
Uh-huh.
and I'm going to use 1 to move a yellow stone onto Midgard.
Okay. Right, so that is the Alfheim power
That's
used.
the Alfheim power, yes.
Okay, so the develop the Jotunheim power is to drop a stone anywhere, basically. So
It's steal a stone, isn't it? So you take.
yes, it's the.
So you take a stone out of your reserve or from your card
Yeah.
and replace one of my stones and put it back on my card.
Yes, let me check something a minute. That might be relevant. These extensions sometimes. Okay, that's fine. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take one of these stones, grab one of these red stones from here, and steal that. Yeah. Okay, so that is the develop power done. I'm then going to exchange one of these with one of the red ones. Using the Midgard power. And I've got the Nidavellir power, which is I can drop a stone onto a world where I'm, well, any world. Bump, shall do that. That was the Nidavellir power. Then you've got the Muspelheim power.
I do.
Which is that you can send 1 stone back to player's reserve or 2 to their cards. It can be the same player, same world as it were at the moment, where we've got two players.
So, and after I use this power,
Yep.
yellow then has Svartalfheim.
I have Svartalfheim. They've only just spent 2 points.
Okay. And 2, let me think. So 2 points would enable you to drop 1 stone somewhere.
I don't have any on my card.
You don't.
So
you could move things around.
But I could move them from where I was. I could bring 1 onto my card and 1 onto where I am, but that doesn't massively help me in terms of control of worlds. Move with 2 stones is more likely to be useful in that sense, isn't it?
So I think I'm going to. How many have we got there? So I could send 2 home from here.
Yep.
But if you do that, then you could always move 1 back in and wrest control of that world back from me.
Yes.
So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to send home a pink one.
Okay.
And also a yellow one.
All right. Okay then, 2 points to spend. So if I move, that'll be 1, 2, I think. Okay.
Last.
So Valhalla. There's no stones in Valhalla, but you've got that avatar power happens in Valhalla phase, isn't it?
Yes. So unfortunately, poor old Sutra's not done very well for himself there. I could move this. I'm not sure I want to.
Okay.
I shall leave it be.
Alright, so now we're in a scoring round. We'll do the bonus cards at the end. Let's do the standard scoring first, yeah? So, first of all, let's start with blue. And it's stones on card. Just going to move these things out of the way. So we'll start with the blue marker. So you have 4 stones on your card, I believe?
I do.
So that is 4 points. How many worlds are you on?
I'm on 4.
Puts you up to 8. How many stones do you have in the 9 worlds?
5, 10, 14, 15.
It's pretty good, that. That's 30 points. Puts you right up to 38 there. How many worlds do you control?
I control 3.
Which is 15 points. So 48, 53.
Mm-hmm.
And no minus points for stones in Helheim.
No.
That would be bad.
And you may as well do the objective as well.
Yep.
I got an extra point for now I can't find my card, of course, so I can't remember how many points it is, but it was the one about being on each additional world you're on.
I think it's an extra point, isn't it? For each world that you're on.
I think so, yeah. So that's an extra 4 points.
Okay, so extra 4 points, put that on. We can check that before next week, or see if we can retrieve that. Can't.
Or else get one out the packet. Yes.
Yeah. Okay then. So that is you. Next up is Red. Red has got 2 stones on the card.
Mm-hmm.
So that's 2. How many worlds is Red on? 4 little things.
Yes, 4.
How many stones do you have?
5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
9 is 18. That's you to 24. How many worlds do you control?
Only 1. I was controlling 2, but I've only got 1 now.
Okay, which is 29. But you also share control of Niflheim, don't you?
Yeah.
Which is 3 more points. 1, 2, 3.
But sadly, my objective was score 2 points for every world you control that's adjacent to another world you control.
All right.
So I was. That's why I would have had.
Yes.
But actually, I don't get anything for that.
Okay.
So Red had a pretty disastrous turn.
Okay. So Pink has 1, 2, 3 stones on card. He's on 3 worlds.
Yep.
Has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11 stones.
Mm-hmm.
That's 22, makes 28. Controls 2 worlds, which is 38. And that's that, I think. Yep. Yeah. No, its bonus card was. Hang on, flip that over. Was the expand. So score 2 points for every world I'm on, which is not adjacent to any other world that I'm on.
So that's 3.
That's 3 worlds, which is 6 points. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Right. So that's that one. Which yep. And then
Yellow.
that's yellow. Yellow has 1 stone on card. It is on 4 worlds.
4.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3 worlds.
Mm-hmm.
Even. Okay. It has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Only 8 stones, which is 16. Which puts it up to 20.
You're controlling 2 worlds.
I'm controlling.
Which is another 10.
I'm controlling 2 worlds, which puts me up to 30. And I am also tied for the lead of that 1-1. Yeah, 1, 2, 3. No stones in hand.
What was your objective?
My objective is the dominate. Score 2 points for every world I'm on. There are no other player stones.
So
Fortunately, none.
None.
Either, because of that thing. I wasn't paying much attention to that. I wasn't paying much attention to the other. But I was also trying to get control of that. So the present moment in time, as an alliance, blue and red are obviously beating pink and yellow.
Yeah. As an individual, blue is obviously in the lead by some way, because blue was the only one that really managed to maximise points on their objective and is also controlling more worlds. And the player order for the start of the next turn is going
blue will still
to
go.
be...
Blue will still
blue
be
will still be first.
Yeah.
And
then I think it's pink. Because I've got 11 stones, so it'll be. So there we go. Anyway, we will leave it there for this week. We will start the whole thing on turn 4 next week when we choose new treasures if we want them, but also
get new objectives. And I'll try and we'll see if we can get that one out of the table.
So there we are. So just to say that if you aren't already following this Twitch channel, you can do. There's the there's the address. Just click the follow button below the screen here where we're talking to you. You can also follow us on Facebook and Twitter. We are Medusa Games UK on all of them, and we will see you next week.
Okay, have a good week.